Welcome back. I was just streaming this morning. Finished the lady head sheet. I'll show you guys. So this is the lady head sheet that I finished this morning. But moving on to the new sheet now. And for this one, I want to do something a bit different. I'm gonna do smaller designs, all sorts of Japanesey designs. I want to do another one for trad designs, but first I'm gonna do the Japanese designs, and I'm gonna do like sakura blossoms, a couple of the flowers, chrysanthemums, peonies. I might do like a Toragate kind of thing, Hoju, the mallet thing, maybe a Hania, maybe not, I'm not too sure. I do want to do some background elements from typical Wabori, so like a wind cloud thing, a wave, or a rock, but they're a bit trickier to do as like single designs, alone standing. And I also want to do, what else was it? Bonsai. I want to do a couple bonsais. I think the sheet should have about 15 designs on it, sort of thing. Either A4 or A3. I'm not too sure yet, but for now I'm just gonna start sketching and see where that takes us. What I don't want to do is something that I've made the mistake before, and that's design the whole sheet straight away as one. I want to go design by design and make sure that each one's sort of a nice tattooable little stamp, rather than do the whole thing, not refine anything. But I still want it all to be cohesive and all sort of carry the same weight and carry the same language. For this video, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be talking too much. I want to watch El Chiringuito, which I've got here on the background, which is a Spanish football TV show. So you'll hear a lot of noise, a lot of background noise. Hopefully it doesn't get shut down by YouTube, but yeah, I mean, I'm watching it on YouTube, so we'll see. But yeah, right. So I'm gonna start without the video, but then I will get the video on at some point. Starting out simple with just the sakura blossoms. Let's change the angle of the camera a little bit, get a little bit closer. This is too bright. No, that was good. This is good. This is alright. Yeah, cool. Sakura blossoms. So I want to leave space so that I can design a bunch of stuff on this sheet. Because I mean, obviously, I don't have unlimited paper. But yeah, little sakura blossom. Start off in the corner here. Maybe do a little composition of two of them together. Maybe do a couple of lone standing ones, and they can just fill out the sheet as well. And they're always nice. So yeah, start out with a circle. Do another smaller circle inside it. Do the donut. And then sort of divide it into 5 equal sides, all of them coming from the middle, from the center point, if possible. Yeah, that looks pretty even to me. Maybe a couple of them could be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. I'll sort the whole symmetry side of it on the iPad once I'm done designing the sheet. I'll make it a little bit bigger at the bottom, just a little bit more round. and less oval. And make sure that the inner circle is in the middle, so that there's no petals that are way bigger than any other petals. And then we can get straight into it. So sakura petals, they're cool, man. When you see them in person, the whole sakura blossom thing is cool. It's kind of what you'd expect, but kind of, I don't know, part of it is not that cool, which is the fact that everyone loves them so much that it's literally super busy outside whenever it's blossom season. But yeah, symbols of sort of beauty. Everything finishes, everything ends. The sakura blossoms, they only blossom for about a week. And it's a nice gradual sort of blossoming. You'll see a tree here or there with a couple of sakuras. And then suddenly, within like 2-3 days, it's all full. But it is cool. Do this center circle. I'm using a HP pencil. Do another circle inside the circle. This is not necessary, this is just how I'm going to draw it for this splash sheet. What sort of leaves do I want to do? Also, this little thing, it's very real in the sakura blossoms. They do sort of break in the middle. And they are beautiful, beautiful flowers. Let's see. So we can do something like that. Maybe we can get this one to be a little bit bigger. All right. Once we've got that, we can sort of decide how they're going to be rendered and stuff. The one thing that's not very realistic about a sakura blossom typical tattoo is that they're mostly white and not really pink. There is a bit of pink to them, but it's not huge, so maybe just do a little pink up to like a third of the way of the little petals. And the rest of it maybe white, with a little bit of the pink coming upward on the sides. Yeah, I think that's it. So we're going to do that. Let's do another little composition of them. Maybe do 2 together, overlapping a little bit. do the bottom one in the front. I tend to start with, well, let's start with midpoint. I think I prefer this method rather than drawing the little curve with it. Just add that at the end and it gives the petals a bit more continuity. Less broken down into like, yeah. And then I got this one. So, yeah. Make sure it goes right to the edge. You don't want it to overlap, but you do want them to, like within the flower, you don't want the petals to overlap, but you want every petal to be a full petal. And then we can do leaves sort of thing. I don't like these leaves. Maybe do a couple of well, that's too symmetrical though. Maybe just one here to balance it out. Right, so now that we've got those two structures sort of there, get the old sharpener, get them tools ready, Just a little sharp. This is a 4B now. It's getting dark now. And this is where you can start defining the shapes better. And actually, before I get to that, just there's a song stuck in my head. I don't know what song it is. We will survive without knowing. I think the little breaks are too big. So let's do those again. Also about the whole El Chiringuito thing that I said I was going to watch earlier. Just watching the presidential elections for Real Madrid. And the Spanish sports journalists are a different breed. So it's fun. No Jamie Carragher to worry about. Also no Thierry Henry though. Mark out that central circle. And I will say, real cherry blossoms centre are really not big at all. So I might make it a bit more realistic to the real actual cherry blossom. But for now, this is kind of just like practice drawing them a little bit. It's a decent shape to practice because it's symmetry, it's curves, it's size. It's not. It's harder than it looks. Harder than it may seem. And let's do this one with a smaller center just to check out what it looks like. Though I have a feeling the petals just aren't going to join very well. But it's still worth a test. I think we can find a good midpoint, you know. I think the center for these is too big, but the center for this one's too small. And I think we can find a midpoint. Let's see what cherry blossom leaves actually look like. I have a feeling they're spiky. Cool. They are spiky. People don't usually tattoo them spiky, but I'm gonna tattoo them spiky. Or design them spiky. They're less spiky than rose, and they have more spikes, but it's the same concept. Oh, I don't like that. Alright. And for the centers, instead of doing these two circles, I'm going to do a tiny circle inside, and then do the swirly sort of that sort of thing. Yeah, I like that. And there's tons of ways of actually filling them in. I think I'm just going to stick to the red up to the middle, or to the 2/3 sort of area, and then white, maybe red around the sides as well, and then the very tip. I'm going to leave a bunch of white inside. Let's see. So the red around the edge would have an edge inward, but the red at the bottom just fades out. That sort of thing, maybe. Let's see what other options there are. Could just do the general fade out. Fade out around the edges. Could do it the other way around. This might actually be nice because it kind of brings the attention towards the center without overloading it, because the colour's mainly on the outside. Gives it a bigger frame sort of thing. This might be the one I go for. Maybe I'll just do a couple of different options. Let's see. Hard edge around the outside. Hard edge around the inside. Yeah, this works. They all work, man. They all work. Skin gap on the outside, fading inward with a hard edge towards the skin gap. That also works. I quite like that actually. Let's see what that looks like the other way around. So, or maybe that would be more like this, like a V, hard edge on the outside, and then softly faded towards the top. That works. I like this one. I like this one. I don't think I'll do this one, although it is nice. I like this one as well. These are my favorite three. Let's try this one again. See, that one works as well. Let's line them up. And I'm gonna use this like soft tip, hard tip brush thing. Let's do this first. I met a guy the first week I got here to Fukuoka. It seems like everything happened in the first week. Yeah, the first week I came here to Fukuoka, I met a graffiti artist called Seven. And he's just invited me for a barbecue, which I'm quite excited about. Hopefully meet some more cool people. So that's an initial kind of test done. I'll probably draw a bunch more. And we can move on to the next design sort of thing, which I think is going to be the bonsai maybe? Let's do the bonsai. And the bonsai, give it a base. Hop. This pot will probably change as I design it. And I've just realised that I'm designing it quite big and these were supposed to be tiny tattoos. God damn. Alright, no, let's actually redo it. The idea is sort of 2 inch by 2 inch. Bonsais are harder to design than they look. Hence their sort of like value, because they really are kind of like nice compositions. My mom's really into bonsai. This one's a solid size. It's not huge, it's not tiny. Same sort of effect that we did on the inside of the flowers here, for the bushy bits. We'll keep working on those. I had designed a bunch of different bonsai actually. Let me have a look at my previous bonsai. Flash. It's a long time ago. A very detailed bonsai were the ones I did before. Very, very detailed. But they were cool. They were very cool. Okay. Let's do another one. Yeah, I quite like that. It's more special, more sort of unique. There's certain things about bonsai, man. It's like it's like painting in terms of composition, but in 3D. So you've got to think about the foreground, the shape of the foreground, the background, the shape of the background, and the relationship between the two. It is cool. It is really cool. I think that's a bit too much. Let's just leave it like that. Sweet, sweet. So I ideally do all the little curves facing the same way. I've done these two facing opposite ways. Let's draw a couple more. This one. Bit of a mix of the two. First it goes one side, and then it gets swept. And also, where the bushes come, you can sort of divide it into a couple different branches, so the weight isn't just held by a single branch. And that gives it a bit more balance. let's draw another one. See, with bonsais, I've always sort of, it's not easy. It's not an easy sort of shape to be like, yeah, cool, that works. Let's try. What if we did these first? So I don't love that one. I like this one. I don't mind this one. I don't mind this one. This one just gets a bit lost. If I do that, suddenly it kind of maybe, I don't know. Let's have a look at bonsai real quick. Right, let's do one more here, a small one, and a less dramatic one. Still quite dramatic though, no? Alright. I think they're going to need a bit of refining before I'm happy with them. The thing is, with these kind of design, where there's texture, I get so carried away with the little details. This is what I used to always draw when I was a kid. Just all the textures and details. And really, there would be another plate here. That would be the actual bonsai itself. That's not how we're going to do it. Alright, what else did I say I was going to draw? Chrysanthemums, peonies. I could do 2 sheets, 2 A4 sheets of just nature stuff, and then another couple sheets of like, or another sheet of symbolic stuff, like whole juice, fire. I'm not sure. Maple leaves. I'm tired. Time to do jack shit. I need to get myself another one of these red pencils. You know what? I'm gonna call this a day, and I'm gonna go get myself a pencil. It's been sweet. It's been good. A short little sketch session. Didn't really do too much. Just figured out a couple different colours, a couple different bonsai shapes. Let's line one of the bonsais before going. Let's do this one because I think it's my favourite one. Probably not the best for a tattoo, but it's my favourite looking one. If I had a bonsai, an actual bonsai, I would want to shape it like this. And there's one of the key things to make sure that all the leaf patterns face the same way. I think that gives it a bunch more flow as well. And instead of going so complicated, maybe we can do a couple of lines. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look at a bunch of references for bonsais. I don't want to get these right. Cool. It's been nice. I'm still feeling like shit, but I'm probably back tomorrow to do more sketching. And within the next couple of days, hopefully I'll have enough designs to do the flash sheet. Sweet, sweet.